And welcome everyone to Learn a Trade. My name is Kevin Tate. Glad to be here with you all today. I'd like to send shout outs to the viewers, the channel subscribers, the channel members, and our website members. I thank you all for your support and I appreciate you. Today's broadcast is called How to Prepare Chili Cheese Sauces. I chose this topic to go over the operation of the preparation for the chili cheese sauces and also to go over a little bit of the operation of the chili cheese machine because there are times that you will get a lot of calls that are basically due to operator error, and to help eliminate some of those nuisance calls for you, it's good to know about this stuff that is available to the staff of these stores, say like 7-Eleven or Cumberland Farms or um, Circle K, any of those stores. They do have what they call learn and serve fresh food done right program, where this program provides operation videos to the staff of these sites so that they will know how to prepare the food items, how they should be stored, um, the time for them to thaw out certain foods, and when they would be able to cook the food items. So in this case, with the Star chili cheese machine, which is in most of your 7-Elevens, Cumberland Farms, and Circle K's, and other stores. They do have a little QR code stamped on their equipment, and that QR code is a direct link to this app called Learn and Serve Fresh Food Done Right. So when people scan that QR code, they're able to pull up the item, certain item. They can look up the Star Chili Cheese Machine, and then it's going to go through the whole process on how they should prepare those sauces. So today I have a video I'd like to show you. It's part of that Learn and Serve program. It's a little over 2 minutes long, and I'm gonna kind of start and stop it at certain points just to kind of make some things clear. So hopefully the audio is all right on this. It should come through pretty good. So if not, then I will try to explain uh, um, as it goes through. But I'm pretty sure the audio should be good on this, that you can hear it clear. So I'm going to start the video up, and hopefully you all can get something good out of this, and this is helpful to you out in the field for all of you service providers out there. Let me just get my screen up and ready. There we go. Give me a second. Okay. See if I can make it a little there. That should be large enough there. Sorry about that. Here we go.
Preparing and serving chili and cheese sauces. Before getting started, be sure to reference the job aid for preparing and serving chili and cheese sauces. Although they are heated the same, chili sauce is delivered frozen and thaws for 24 hours. Cheese sauce can be stored ambient when delivered. For preparing and serving, gather the necessary materials and equipment, as well as both sauces. Next, wash hands under warm water for 20 seconds and put on approved food service gloves. To prepare the cheese sauce, Place a 5-day heated shelf life label on the bag. Next, locate the circular fitment attachment on the bag, and with the nozzle removed from its plastic, press the forked end of the nozzle firmly into the circular fitment. You should hear 2 clicks and can ensure it is seated properly by tugging on it and it does not come out easily. For chili sauce, this step is not needed because it arrives with the nozzle in place already. When it comes to heating, place the cheese or chili sauce bags into the microwave and press the number 4 button for 1 minute of heating to begin. You will want to heat in 1-minute increments for 4 to 5 cycles, being sure to massage the bag with gloved hands between the heating cycles. It's best to check the temperature of sauces by folding the bag over the stem of the thermometer. If above 140 degrees Fahrenheit, place into the machine. If below 140 degrees Fahrenheit, continue heating until temperature is over 140 degrees. After heating the chili or cheese sauces to the proper temperature, it is time to load them into the machine. Start by opening the machine's door and removing or discarding empty or expired sauce bags. Next, remove the black insert tray. Load the heated bag of cheese or chili sauce into the machine. Be sure the nozzle points down towards the pump block. Release the pump block using the tension spring. Feed the nozzle through the pump block extending downward. Reapply the tension spring and remove the cap on the end of the nozzle. Replace the black insert tray and align the nozzles with the holes. Then shut the door and power on the machine. With a napkin placed below, prime the chili or cheese sauce by pressing the dispensing button to test. This concludes preparing and serving chili and cheese sauces.
Okay, and there you have it. That's their presentation for preparing those chili and cheese sauces. And it's important because a lot of times the staff has been trained on this stuff, but sometimes they don't retain it. So it's important that us as service providers are aware of these things so that you can guide the staff to how they should actually prepare these items, because what you'll find that happens is that you'll get service calls that are basically operator error. Say, like, if someone calls and says that the the cheese or the chili is dripping out of the nozzle, more than likely you'll have an issue where the staff is storing the bags on top of each other. Let me see if I can give you an example, like this picture right here. Right in here, this is how the product should be stored in the inside of the machine. But what you'll find sometimes is the staff, they think that if they store extra bags inside of the machine, that those bags will be thawed out by the time this first bag is empty. So what you want to do is you want to explain to them that when they set the bags up like that, if they set the bags in by themselves, that's fine. They won't experience that dripping. But if they put another bag on top of that cheese, another bag of cheese on top of that first bag of cheese, the weight of that bag is going to cause pressure, and then that pressure pushes the product that's in the tube, it pushes it through. So that's usually why you have a dripping issue. Either that or one of these blocks that you see over on the right on position number 12, and that block right there, if that block is placed in there upside down, which happens a lot when they disassemble the machine to clean it, a lot of times they'll put that white block back in the wrong way, and they'll put it in upside down, and then they will have dripping going on that tube because it's not pinching off that tube properly. So those are some things to look for, especially when they double up these bags inside of the machine. You want to make sure that they're not doing that. That they're making sure that the item is in there, that those items are in there by themselves, and nothing's on top of them, because that weight will cause the tubes to leak through. And the other thing, as far as the leakage goes, is those white blocks that are in there right next to the wheel. If that block is upside down, it's gonna leak, or it'll be pinched off. It'll pinch off that tube to where nothing will dispense when the button is pressed. So you want to make sure that those things are looked at. Let me see if there's something else that comes up. Yes, the other thing that comes up is this dispense tray, the black dispense tray that you see. Let me blow it up a little bit. See the one on the left there with the red circle around it. That dispense tray, when they put the new product in, if they forget to put that dispense tray in, number one, it's not going to dispense because that tray has to be in order for it to trigger the dispense switch, which is on the back side of the front door. So when that front door closes, that dispense switch, which is right here on the back of the front door, that switch gets pressed in by this black dispense tray. So if that's not in, it's not going to activate the dispense switch. Okay. And the other thing that will happen if that tray's not in is it will lose the heat. The heat will escape out of this open area down there. So that tray helps to keep that heat in. And that's another uh, call that comes in a lot. That's a common call that comes in a lot, where that tray is missing, and a lot of times you can go to the site and that tray will be missing and no one will know where it's at. And usually if you go in their back room where the three bay sinks are, you usually find the tray in the sink, in that three bay sink somewhere, or sitting out where someone washed it and they put it up to dry and they forgot that it was back there. So those are some of the things that you want to look for when it comes to these chili cheese machines and with them not heating. There's also, other issues that happen that are common for these chili cheese machines. One big one is the controller. That controller that's down there, that controls everything. That controls the heating, the cycling of the machine, and everything like that. So if you have a bad controller, more than likely you will know it right away, because the temperature will be below 100 degrees, and the set point on the controller is set for, say, 150 degrees, but on the controller it's only at 100 degrees, or maybe 80 or 70 degrees even. So that's something that's usually pretty obvious. And then when it comes to that, what you'd have to do then is you'd have to order a controller for it, and then come back and install the controller, test it out, allow it to heat up, and then make sure that all of the settings are good. Make sure you set your set point for 150, and then that way you know that it's always gonna stay steady at 150. It'll cycle up and down These will cycle. They will cycle off when they hit 150 or so, or whatever you have the set point for. It'll shut the heater off once it reaches that point. Then it'll go down to about 140, 137, and then it'll kick back on again just to cycle and keep that temperature going at a steady rate. But hopefully you also noticed that they did specify in here for them to the staff to put the cheese into the microwave and to press the number 4 button, okay, and allow it to heat up that bag to 140 degrees. And then they test it. They test the temp. They show them how to test the temperature. So this is a real good tool that you can use to train the staff at these sites, to train them up on how they should prepare these sauces, because it's um, you know just on the health department aspect of it. If the health department comes in and they find those bags not thawed but in operation, they'll shut that machine down. Or sometimes they could even shut the store down over something like that. So they want to keep up on knowing how to do this stuff, because no business wants to get shut down, or have any part of it shut down. That's losing. They're losing profits. They're losing money. So um, make sure that you look into this when you go into the sites. Check out the equipment. Look around on the Turbo Chef oven. You'll see these little stickers with the learn and serve label on them, and they have a QR code underneath. And just scan that. You can scan that QR code. You can even store it in your own phone so that you can show it to the customer if they're not understanding how to operate their equipment, and you can pass it on to them so that they can have it, and then they can go through it and go through the videos that are available on it. This app has videos on every piece of equipment: the roller grills, the Turbo Chef ovens, um, the hot food cases, the soda machines. Um, it has video on how to prepare the Turbo Chef food, the chicken, the burgers, all of the pizza, all of that. It has it all on there on that app. So this is just something that you can pass along to them. This is something that you can use for yourself, just to be aware of how that's supposed to be, how that those products are supposed to be prepared. And it'll help you out as a technician, as a service provider. And it's always good for you to know this, so that if you do get a call, you'll kind of know ahead of time what's going on with that machine before you even go out there. Or sometimes you would get a call and you could hear, um, from the way they're explaining the situation. Or if you get a call, and the call comes in on your phone, it's dispatched to you, and you're looking at the description in there, and it says, I don't know, maybe uh, cheese is coming out uh, at room temperature, um, and the chili is hot, but the cheese is at room temperature. Something like that. That's telling me that they haven't thought out the cheese properly. You know, and then when you do go to the site to see what's going on with the machine, just take a quick look at the machine, and more than likely you'll see that machine is probably at 140 degrees or above, and it's dispensing. Excuse me, but what's happening is they didn't thaw out the cheese properly. Or a lot of times what they do is they'll let the cheese sit out at room temperature, thinking that, as long as it sits for a few hours, it'll be at room temperature, it'll be thawed, and then I could put it into the machine and then it'll heat the rest of the way. That's not the proper way for them to do it. So that way you can ask them, have you put it into the microwave? And then if they say no, then that's your issue. It's not going to um, heat it all up properly until you put it into the microwave. You have to get it in the microwave, and you need to check your temperatures. You know, check your temperature and make sure that it's at 140 degrees before you put it into the machine. So that's a key point right there. Excuse me. So that's a key point for you to point out to them and make sure that they get it. A lot of times you'll go through this stuff with certain sites, and they're not all the same. Just like all of your calls aren't the same. It's always something different. It might be the same equipment, but it might be a different situation. Depends on, the environment, depends on what's going on. But it could be a situation like that happens, and you explain it to them, and they just think, I'm going to do it my way anyway. So be it. That's their choice. But at least you tried to guide them in the right way on how to do it, and that's going to be um, more, maybe more nuisance calls for you, but at least you gave them the information that they needed. And that's all I have for this video, everybody. I hope this was helpful to you. Um, Let me know in comments. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Again, I'd like to thank all of you who view these videos and who interact with me on the community section of the channel. And I appreciate you all. Um, Thank you to all of the channel members, the website members. Also, I appreciate you all, and let's keep this growing, everybody. And again, remember December 4th. We're gonna have a I'm gonna have a live with Mike Reed on his channel, new to commercial equipment repair, and he and I have done a few videos called "Conversation Between Techs." So this one is going to be a really good video you won't want to miss, and I hope you all can catch it. It's going to be December 4th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Try to catch it live if you can, because we would like to get some good interaction from everyone that's viewing the video, and to hit us up with questions and comments or whatever. Just let us know what's going on with you. And again, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you all watching. Take care. Stay well, everybody.